All right, hopefully we got a good little wind block going. All right, coming back in, my friends. Welcome back to MBPFishing. Welcome back, my friends. Yeah, we're back down here on the river. I don't know. Looks pretty dang cold to me, but we're gonna give her a shot. After yesterday's record-breaking trout fishing, I figured I'd come down here and see what the river was doing. This one's gonna be drifting downward, so we're gonna get that out there a bit. Let that settle real quick. Hang on, folks. Let me get these rods out and I'll come check that chat, okay? We got about 70 little white worms. Hopefully that's good enough. I was able to dig some today, luckily. They're not great, but they're all I can get this time of the year. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'll be with you in just a minute here. Gotta get these rods out. I'll explain what we got on here as soon as I get these guys out here. We got about an 8 or 10 mile per hour wind down here, so it's gonna be interesting. We got some barge traffic. Just things up. Idea is good to real gentleman power with the might have been, might not have been. Out, folks. Yeah, first cast out here. We're just getting started. Got a little bit of drifting going on here. That one. That one. Alright, I think we're good for now. I think we're good for now. Alright. Let's get on here and see what's going on. Appreciate you guys coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, here we are. Let's see, 11 people in. Let's see, and 7 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I figured I was able to dig a few worms, so I figured I'd come down here and try the river. Let's see, Chris, what's going on? Chris is first in. Chris says, good luck, MBT. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Maddie, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Maddie says, Mike, buddy. Let's see, Chris says Maddie. Let's see, Melvin, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I can't really see myself in the chat, but we're close. Just need a little bit of adjustment. I haven't done a live feed down on the river for a while, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit of little bit of a trick. Let's see, Care Bear, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Care Bear says hi. Chris says Melvin Care Bear. Let's see, Gator, what's going on? Hi, CT. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you. CT says Mike. Chris says Gator. See, Gator says Chris, my brother. See, hey, Danny. Thanks for coming in, my friend. You guys are having a great Monday. I figured I dug some worms. I might as well see if there was some fish down here. Let's see. Hi from the cafe. Yeah, I got a cup of coffee. That's as close as I'm going to get to a cafe. Let's see. Chris says Danny. Let's see. Danny says Chris. Danny says Gator. Gator says Danny, brother. Here says Chris, Tylene, the Gator, and Danny the Stinger Manny. That was Care Bear. Let's see. Got you. Let's see. Gator says Care Bear. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong lens. I'm having a little bit of trouble viewing. This is my indoor lens. It's not my outdoor lens. It does have the, the color on it to be able to see out. I can still see. It's just going to be a little bit trickier. Let's see. Care Bear says MVP. Let's see. Malik, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you. Malik says Danny says milk says Danny. Let's see. Danny says ha ha hey Malik. Let's see. Chris says Malik. Malik says Chris. I know I haven't done a live feed down on the river for a while, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Temperature is about 50, 52 degrees. Partly cloudy, partly sunny. That wind's going to be our nemesis today, folks. It is. It's definitely going to be a trick. That wind blowing is going to be hard to see a bite. Once I'm sitting right on these rods. Okay. This one's drifting a little bit again, too. That wind's kind of bouncing us around right now. This is just our first spot, folks. We can move down there further. It does get a little bit more out of the wind. Let's see. This one we've got a quarter of an ounce of quarter-ounce jig head on there. We got that in about maybe 4 to 5 feet of water. This one's got another quarter of an ounce. That's the Carolina rig. That's in about 8 to 10 feet of water. And this one's in about maybe 10 to 15 feet. And that one's got about a half ounce. So we've got shallower. That might have been right. Hard to see these little stickers down here. You guys know how these suckers bite. The wind's gonna make it tricky to see these fish, folks. I was again kind of debating whether or not I wanted to do a live feed because I can fish in this stuff. It's fine. It's just manning the chat and fishing. I've got to really keep my eye on these rods. Any kind of bite is just going to be wobbling that tip very lightly. Now watch one try to double the rod in and pull it in. That's what happens when I usually say that. I do have a cup of coffee. Yep, our cell phone bill is paid off for the month. Thanks again, Danny and Miss Giggy for that. I appreciate that. way the temperatures are down here right now, folks, I'm assuming these fish are going to be moving in shallower, but I could be wrong. Well, we're gonna find that out. I'm guessing these guys have moved in from the deeper water because we've had a few days of warmer temps. Hopefully that'll bring these fish in within maybe 8 to 10 feet from the bank. If not, I might have to bomb a bait out there or something. Not great to do that this time of the year. I mean, you get out there deeper, the further you get out, the more difficulty you have of finding those fish because the more water you're getting into. You're always hoping they're coming in shallow. Yeah, I was able to dig about maybe 70 of these little itty bitty white worms, but bait is bait. I learned that a long time ago. You ain't got nothing on your hook, chances are you ain't gonna catch nothing. There might be some white bass over there too by that point. I don't know yet. I tried a couple casts with the crappie jig. I think I had a couple strikes over there, and I had one white bass bust up at my bobber. That little sticker like 4 or 5 times. He actually grabbed my bobber one time and pulled it underneath the water, but he wouldn't hit the jig head. Yeah, to do this right, I need to recast both of these rods. What happens is this one drifts down. The other one drifts down right where the other one was, so you have to reel both of them in to recast them. It's a little tricky when you're using 3 rods. You don't want to cast over your own rod. Yeah, that wind is going to be a trick today, folks. Being able to see a bite in this stuff. I try to keep my rod tips as far down the water as I can get them, but that's only going to help so much. There are some seagulls out here. Not many. They are dive bombing some bait out there, but that's out there deep. I don't want it out there too far, just not in there super close either. This isn't the summertime. Hopefully there's some nice, a nice buffalo carp in here, maybe a common carp, some drum, something in here that wants to hit some worms today, folks. Let's see, Pulsar, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you. Pulsar says he's from Turkey. Awesome, my friend. Pulsar says good luck. Miss E, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you. Boy. Gonna have to go to channel on this one. That's not. Jody, appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you. Let me make sure to get you a sub. That's 100 now. Let's see, Terry, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Terry says hello, Mr. MVP. Danny says Terry. Let's see, Chris says Terry. Terry says, howdy, Mr. Chris. Chris says, did you get everything you needed, Terry? Hey, Jay, what's going on? How you doing today, my friend? Let's see, what's going on, everyone? And there's our first grain, folks. Earbuds out, my friends. Earbuds out. Let's see, Jay says hi. Jay with the emojis. Let's see, Chris says Dorothy. Did I miss Dorothy? Yep. Dorothy, what's going on? Dorothy says hello, Mike. Keep coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I haven't caught anything yet. That's messed up. We're just getting started today. The river can be quite different than down on the lake. A lot of times you gotta find these fish. With this wind, it's going to be very interesting to fish. A lot of these bites will be very, very light pecks. Like that. Got them. Got him, folks. It's on. What do we got? Got buffalo carp. A couple pound buffalo carp, folks. All right, now let's see if I can land this fish. Yeah, that rod was just really, really lightly wobbling, but I saw that line was tight. So there's no way that could have been the current. Well, I just barely got him hooked in the nostril, man. Well, he must have just really been lightly pecking on it. That's a couple pounds. Come here, buddy. I forgot they like to fling sand right in your eyeballs. Yeah, we got him, folks. We got him. First fish of the day, folks. First cast, in fact. Yeah, that's a solid 4 or 5 pound buffalo carp. Yeah, they've got such tiny, tiny mouths. It's amazing you can hook them. I'm using a number 8 brown hook right there, bait holder. Let's get a little bit of that muck off him so he looks a little, get him cleaned up for his debut on YouTube. All right, folks. Yeah, that's our first fish of the day, folks. A nice little 4 or 5 pounder. Good way to start the day, folks. Beautiful. Hey, maybe it isn't too early to be fishing the river after all. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous buffalo carp. You notice I had him hooked in the mouth, not snagged. Yeah, 90% of the people that catch buffalo carp get them snagged. I hook them in mouth. Yeah, they got such tiny, tiny mouths. Look at that little stinker. That's the size of a pencil. Yeah. I think he wants to go back in, folks. What do you think? Beautiful guy. Absolutely gorgeous. Ain't no skunk on the feed, folks. Hey, that's like twice the size. The biggest rainbow trout I was catching at O'Fallon Park. Buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, see, what was that on? That was on the 1/4 ounce weight. No, that was on the 1/2 ounce. Out a little bit deeper, but it wasn't that deep. And these, all this equipment here, the weights, the swivels, the hooks, that was all donated by Dougie Doug Doug Trout Fisherman. He had a whole big box of kind of like river, medium-sized river gear, and he wasn't using, so he sent them to me. Well, I'm so glad I actually looked over and saw that rod pecking. Because you could have missed that bite so easily. And this is a pretty simple rig, folks. This is a, see, that's a ½ ounce, or that might be a ¼ ounce. Yeah, that's a ¼ ounce bell weight. With like a small gob of white worms, and that's attached to a little swivel thingy. Works pretty good. Where did I have that cast? Right? Oh, right, exactly right there too. That could have been within an inch or two of where I cast the last time. I'm keeping that rod down, folks. I'm trying to get that bait to settle as quickly as possible. And I knocked my stick somewhere. When I set the hook on that, my stick stuck to the rod, so it went bye-bye. It went way over here. My stick flew like, she flew pretty good. Going this direction, I need to come that rod and stick around. See the sun, every time that sun comes out, it feels so good down here. Now, it's not cold enough to where it gets my hands cold. It's about 50 degrees, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad, folks. I fished out here in far worse days. All right, folks. Let me come back and check that chat. See what's going on. If you guys are just tuning in, we're down on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. See, Danny says, hey, Jay. Chris says, hey, Jay. Let's see, Dorothy says, hello, Chris. Danny says, hi, Dorothy. He says Dorothy. Let's see, Jay says hello. Carrie says Miss Dorothy. Dorothy says hello, Danny. Carrie says Mr. J Fishing. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, Miss Giggy. Chris says hi, Terry. Dorothy says Terry hello. Terry says waiting for the primary to dry. I got you, my friend. Let's see, Terry says, nice, Mr. MVP. The fishing, what's going on? Fishing 2024. Fishing says, hi. Chris says, nice fish. First one on the screen. Yes, definitely, my friend. Let's see, Miss Kiki says, yep, fishy, fishy, fishy. 24 says, nice fish. Danny says, nice fish. I appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Sergey, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friends. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. I know it's pronounced Sapira, but yeah, I like the sound of Sergey. Let's see, Yakin, what's going on? Yaki says, MVP, what's up, buddy? Danny, if you could get a chance, you want to give out a few wrenches. I believe Yakin, I've seen him plenty of times in Skipjack Cindy's lives. So if you want to give him a wrench, that's all. That's okay with me. Let's see, Dorothy says Yakin. Let's see, Danny says hi, Evans. Let's see, Chet. Chet, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chet says, hi, how are you? I'm doing okay, my friend. Chet says, hi. Yakin says, Miss Giggy, hello. Yes, please don't spam chat or Danny will squish you. Let's see, Rory, what's going on? Rory says, yo, yo. Sergey says, Miss Giggy. I'm doing okay. Let's see, Chris with the googly eyes. Let's see, Rory says, Yakin. Let's see, Hannah, what's going on? Hannah says, hi. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, I told you. Danny will squish you. You'll be like, yep, you'll be gone. Sorry. So Yaki says, thanks MBP for the wrench. I'll do that right now. Danny's kind of busy, so I can go back to my own account and make sure that's done. There we go. I usually let Danny do that, but he's probably busy. There you go, Yakin. I don't get about many wrenches myself, but I've seen you in plenty of live feeds. Let's see, Chris says Hannah. Let's see, Yekin with a thumbs up. All right, my friends. See, 13 people in, 24 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. Cell phone down. Let's try these rods. It's hard to see these bites because a lot of these times these little stickers, they'll hit like almost no harder than the wind's blowing. Now this is a much easier to do when the wind's not blowing, 10, 15 miles per hour, because then you can see the rod wall wobble. But right now, all I'm seeing is like an erratic wobble. It's changing. Oh look, caught a leak. Yeah, one good thing about the lighter one, this is still 4-pound test, by the way. I ain't changed it. Yep, I saw that. I definitely saw that bite. Come on, buddy. Oh, you little stinker, I missed him. Man, he actually started pulling on it. Yeah, that rod, folks, that rod was just doing this. I mean, seriously, that's all it was doing. And then finally I saw that rod just pull once. Yeah, he probably been chewing on it for a minute or two with me talking to you guys, and he got like a little end of that worm off. And when he pulled on it, he was probably just pulling on the end of the worm. So when I set the hook, all I did was, I gave him a worm. That's okay. He gonna be still hungry. Worm ain't gonna feed his butt. What's that? Right there. I get a little further out. And a little bit further. Pretty close. Within a foot. I want it pretty almost identical spot. These guys must be holding like one little spot out here. Right? Yep, there. That's within about an inch or two. Here's the bottom. And it's only about 10 feet deep here, so it's not too deep. current cage on us, folks. It's moving this direction now. Got him. He's on there. Man, jumper. What have I got? That's another buffalo carp, folks. Yeah, he's just sitting there with it all this time. Yeah, that's a little smaller than our last one, about 3 pounds. Yeah, he was just sitting there with it. He didn't move it. Yeah, this is 8 pound stuff, so it's not too small. That little stinker jumped 3 or 4 times when I set the hook. Yeah, that's about the same size, give or take. A little bit smaller. Brighter colorations on this one. Another beautiful buffalo carp. That's our second on feed, folks. Number 2. Yeah, there's a good way to hold these guys. If you hold your hand right underneath, see where I've got that? Right underneath where his front dorsal, lower fins are. They stay very calm. They kind of stiffen up on you. Now, it doesn't work when they're about 30 pounds, though, because they can... I've had one dislocate my jaw recently doing that. I was like, hi, fishy. Pop. Ugh. Another gorgeous one, folks. Yep. He's starting to get a little wary, buddy, aren't you? Back in the water? They're little kissy face fishies. That fish has got the mouth of the size of a pencil. At this size. Right, buddy. He wants to go. He wants to go. Thank you. Appreciate it. It looks like we might found some buffalo carp out here today, folks. Yeah, that little stinker just hit it and sat there with it. I wonder why it was bouncing. I was bumping it with the butt of my other rod. Hey, I'm happy already, folks. When you come down here on this river this time of the year, you never know if there's like 50 fish here or none. What them suckers fight a lot better than those like little pound trout. A little trickier to catch. That can keeps getting blown over by the wind. That wind would just die down, the sun would come out, it'd be fine. But I don't think that's gonna happen today, folks. I just don't see that happening today. Yeah, that last one was on a Carolina rig. That is that's 2 like 1/16 ounce bullet weight, so that's 1/8 of an ounce, and that's just slightly off the bottom. That's about maybe 4 or 5 inches. Big old gobbet of little white worms again. Probably already about 7 or 8 pounds worth of fish we caught in 2 fish. That's not bad. Forgot to keep that line down for a minute. Get her stabilized. I'm hoping with this lighter rod I might get something like a walleye or striper in here in the shallows. Not uncommon to put a small jig with some a jig head with some worm right by the bank down here. Get some interesting species. And there are a lot of sauger down here. Don't see them much except this time of the year. Because the majority of the year, when this water temperature gets warm, they go way out there in the river channel. I hear a lot of guys that fish down here off of boats say those sauger tear their cut bait to pieces when they're fishing for like blue cat and stuff down here. Like, yeah, them pound sauger tear my bait to pieces. Well, send them over to me, man. I love catching sauger. I only caught like 2 last year. That was kind of by accident. Let's see, 12 people in, 34 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Danny, for putting that link in. Yeah, if you guys want to donate, if you do, if you don't, that's okay. PayPal and Cash App is linked into my description on my main channel. All those donations are confidential. They help out with bills, you know, food around the house, essentials, that sort of thing. Like I said, if you do, if you don't, it's fine. It's optional. See, I got to get back to here where I was here. Boy. Tori, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, welcome to the Blue Club, Yakin. Yep, now you can sub up to everyone, and they can sub back. Don't forget to leave a comment and come right back. This is one of the best ways to grow a channel. See, John, what's going on? John says, hi, wave. Yep, yeah, the waves are a little crunchy out here right now. We got about 8 or 10 mile per hour winds, and we've got some barges going by, so. Let's see, John with the cowboy. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dorothy says, hello, John Joe. Chris says, John. Chris says, don't forget to like people. Chris says, yep, 2 nice buffalo carp so far. Let's see, Les, what's going on? Les says MVP. Dorothy says, nice catch. I appreciate that, my friends. Let's see, Les says, Chris. Yeah, that one just, he hit it and probably just hooked himself. Let's see, NJ Guard, what's going on? NJ Guard says, afternoon, Mike. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Chris says, NJ. NJ says, hey, Chris. See, Gary, what's going on? Gary says, tight lines, Mike. Appreciate you guys coming in. Hope you guys having a great Monday. Let's see, Dorothy says, hello, NJ Guard. Dorothy says, hello, Gary. All right, 11 people still in and 35 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right, we're going to pop that off so we know where we are, and we're going to come over here. This is really tricky, folks. I'm getting bites. It's just seeing them in this wind. I gotta be sitting right on top of this thing to be able to see them. I could move the tripod like right here, but then you guys can't see the action. You can't see the beautiful background on the Mississippi River down here. Bridge, trains. It just limits so much of your content, really. Because one of the greatest things I like to do when I go into a live feed is rod placement, also the background shots, and audio, a commentary by the host, and fourth is fishing. I mean, I put 3 and 4 kind of side by side. So light. That thing just went ding ding, like so light. really getting anything. I might put like a Carolina rig on it too. Crappie jig just doesn't seem to want to hold out there deep enough. I'm already happy, folks. We caught 2 nice buffalo carp. Between the 2 of them, we probably had 8 pounds worth of buffalo if we wanted to keep them. Now, buffalo in the stores down here at Safeway, they're like, I think $20 a pound. They are freaking expensive. Like a 15, 20 pound buffalo carp is going to cost you probably $50 if they cut it up. Now they will cut that up and make sure it's all meat, and they'll cut out the backbone. You got pretty much all meat, but I think the whole fish is like $9.98 a pound or something. So you're paying for the work to prepare it for the most part, because that's one of the trickiest things about keeping buffalo carp. They taste great. It's just the work involved in cleaning that fish. You got to brine them, or smoked buffalo tastes pretty good. Brine them. Usually brine them in the sink overnight with sea salt. After, you know, gutting it and cleaning it and scaling it and all that stuff. And once you've done that, that softens up the bones and draws out all that oil from that meat. Then you slice that up into steaks and fry that up straight. It works really good when you're cooking catfish, because the two tastes intermingle really good. We've already had a train and 2 buffalo carp today, folks. Yeah, I'm already surprised. Let's see, Dorsey says hello. Jay. Let's see, Chris says Gary. Let's see, Gary says, hey, Chris and Dorothy. Looking pretty good, folks. Pretty good to me. Let me get over close enough to these rods. Make sure we're still charging up, because I used this battery extender the other day for about 4 hours. I'm using it again. There goes another big barge. It should be coming on the feed in just a minute. What are you seeing it over there? I haven't tried it yet. Passing by the bridge over there, so it's coming into view right now. This one got, ooh, yep, that one got clean. Yeah, that one got clean, folks. There ain't but a little piece of worm left on that one. Deeper rod didn't get a bite that time, but this one did, definitely. I got 70 of these guys. The only problem is you need to put like 3 of them on the hook to cover it. And every cast or 2, you have to refresh it by adding a worm. I am sorry. Usually I don't need a wind block down here, and I don't have to shout. But unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is right down here right now. We've got a decent amount of wind, so I have to put that wind block on, which kind of muffles up the audio. So I have to shout at you guys. I can claw out. That one was half like the bullet. The other one, no one's had. Oddly enough, the one on the right blue line, it's a calf, pretty good. Got him. Got him, folks. I thought he was on there. Yeah, that's a little bigger. Whoa, buddy, whoa. Oh, yeah, these guys are worked up, man. That's like a 7 or 8 pound buffalo carp just jumps out of the water. Oh, yeah, that one probably go 8 easy. Yeah, so this fish is about the same size as both of the other fish combined. Yeah, this fish jumped out of the water when I set the hook. Yeah, don't do it, don't do it. He wants to flip on me. There we go, hook this out. Yeah, that's about 8. Actually, this fish is really heavy set. This might be close to 10, but I'll give a rate. Just to be safe. Get some of that gunk off me, buddy. They always get a little sand on them. See, I need to get my hands right underneath that spot there. Look at the unique patterns on that one. Can't say I just caught this fish. Look at those unique patterns on that side. Dark black tail. He might be in here nesting. Not bedding, like buffalo carp and other species of cichlus family and sucker families. They drop their eggs and leave. That's a gorgeous one, folks. Yeah, that'll go at least 8. Well, we'll give her 8 for sure. Yeah, they're hitting today, folks. That's our 3rd of the feed. Beautiful, right, folks? We're gonna give her one close, really close up view for you guys. Yeah, he's got about a mouth the size of your pinky finger. So when they get to be 20 or 30 pounds, is when people usually cook them, because that the hooks they use are so big that the smaller ones can't get them in their mouths. Thank you. Come on. Come on, buddy. There he goes. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the cleaners after this trip. This jacket is like shot. Oh, boy. Now this is just sand. The majority of it will come off when I get home, but not all of it. Man, I did not think for these guys to be hitting like this down here. I was fighting the other rod too. Yeah, I just happened to look over and I saw the end tail of that rod. When they stop wobbling it, it'll slow down wobbling. So that was the fish letting it go. He was hitting it while I was trying to show off the other one. He's like, I'm hitting your other rod. Let my little brother go. Get him back in the water, and I'm hitting this other rod. I'm gonna pull it in. Boy, those guys are a lot tougher to land than a trout. That's for sure, folks. All right, that's back. Nice little job. That was in close. Maybe I'm casting out too far. That's it. Wait, that's it. That's like I try to cast it in shallower, and I cast it in even shallower than that. Yeah, these little white worms are so fragile. They're like trying to put on Roman noodles, to be honest. That's the closest guesstimate of what these little white worms are like. They're like little ramen noodles. Don't get them mixed up in the kitchen, or you'll have something tasting funny. So I see him hitting it too. He's still messing with it. So he's on there. I'm being careful today because that's the second one where I saw him hit, and I picked up that rod and kept feeling, and suddenly I felt him pull one. He was on there already. He just wasn't moving it. That fish would have sat there all day with that worm in his mouth and not moved. All right, we're back, folks. I think that'll do. Just a little bit of piping, not much. Just a hair. The only one that's not getting a bite is this one. This jighead down here is just the only thing that's not getting a bite. And usually this one's the one that gets a bite. Might be half the worm's gone off this one, so I don't know if that had a bite on it and I missed it. And these guys these little worms are like ramen noodles. Seem like spaghetti. They're even thinner than spaghetti. Talking about pasta and worms at the same time. I know I'm grossing you guys out. All right, folks, we're back. That's our third down here right now. So we've caught a 3-pounder, a 4-pounder, and an 8-pound buffalo carp so far, folks. Must have missed something in chat here because he made me reset. See 11 people in, 37 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Dorothy says, great catch. Dorothy says, beautiful fish. Dorothy says he's on fire. I do appreciate that, Dorothy. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Yeah, Hey, what's going on, Dave? What's going on? Caught 3 so far, buffalo carp. All right. Yeah, you guys remember Dave from the channel, so He works for the Corps of Engineers. He must have heard me. Let's see, Dorothy says, absolutely, Mike. That's all I really want to hear, is that people are enjoying it out here with me. I want to run over there and see if I can get whatever that was that hit that crappie jig earlier. Yeah. I thought it might just be one roaming white bass. Maybe there's more of them down there. I don't know. I mean, this is catching me off guard. These fish are doing some weird stuff. They're usually not in these shallow. That water temperature can't be over 40 degrees. I mean, 39, 38 degrees tops. That's some cold dang weather for like a larger species of buffalo like that. There's a bite on that close rod. I saw that pop. Even from over there, I saw that rod. Another big old barge. Sand up my yin yang everywhere. I can't believe they're hitting down here like this time of the year. I really am not. That's gotten me surprised. That was definitely a bite on that middle rod, but pop, pop, I saw it from over here, and that was it. Even if I was setting on, I wouldn't have been able to hook that one. Boy, it is so quiet and relaxing down here compared to down there on that lake. Got a couple barges going by. Sound of the water. Waves hitting the shoreline. It's just so relaxing. After fishing down here for a day, I can stand, fishing the crowds for another week. Not to say I'm not going to come down here the next trip. Assuming I can get some more worms. Back when I get home, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging for some more. Usually when I can find worms, I can catch fish down here, but not always. I mean, I have had springs where I found a decent amount of worms and come down here and nothing. Wonder how many of them buffalo carp are in here right now. I can't believe that if there's 4 of them in here, I've caught 3 so far. Gotta be a pretty good amount of them in this cove back here. And that barge is gonna make a heck of a wake. He's on the wrong side of the river, because this river on this side is really shallow. Unless he's going straight up the river to pick up grain and corn and stuff, he can't make a turn up here upriver because it's too shallow. It's only like maybe a foot deep on that one side now. The river channel's on the other side of those rocks. All right, let me check that chat, see what's going on. Maybe I missed something. See, 16 people in, 41 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Cindy, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Hi, Cindy. Cindy says, do you ever lived in Marysville, you look and sound like I used to know, work with. No, I never have. I lived in Missouri, I've lived in Illinois, and I visited Texas, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Now, I went through a lot of states. It's just I haven't lived in those areas. See, Dorothy, what's going on? Coming in, my friend. Dorothy's. Sorry, Dorothy. Dorothy says hello, Cindy. Yep, Yep, definitely looks peaceful, Dorothy. Yeah, I got distracted because the waves were. Yeah, these are going to be some massive waves. They'll hopefully settle down in a minute because I'm going to have to recast my rods after this fiasco. Shin, what's going on? Shin says good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friend. We're fishing down here on the Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Let's see, fishing with Virgio. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Virgio says, Dorothy. He says, hi, everyone. Let's see, Sergey says, Cindy, hello. Dorothy says, hello, Ewas. Did I miss? Oh, yep, Ewas, my friend. Ewas says, howdy, Mike. I hope you're catching more than me. Yeah, we've caught 3 buffalo carp today so far. 1 3 pounds, 1 4 pounds, and 1 8 pounds. And we've had another one hooked and popped out. Came from Katrina. You have a twin up there. I wouldn't doubt it. They say everyone has a twin in this world. Let's see, Winston, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Winston says, what are you fishing for? Let's see, we've got worm on, so sky's the limit down here. This time of the year, you're pretty much buffalo carp, common carp, blue cat channel, white perch, white bass, and skipjack herring. Now, as the water gets warmer, you'll start getting more common carp and grass carp. Some flathead in here, but we got like 39, 38 really cold water temperatures, so. Let's see, Winston says carfish. Oh, catfish probably. Yeah, there are catfish down here. Blue cat, flathead, and channel catfish. All 3 species live down here. This time of the year, you're more likely to get a smaller blue cat in these shallows, like maybe 7 or 8 pounds or so, and channel cat 3 or 4 pounds. I don't think I've ever caught a flathead down here this time of the year. The water's it's just a little bit too cold for them. Yeah, there are actually some stripers down here. I caught like 5 stripers last year. One about 8 pounds, a couple of 4s, and one about 2.5 pounds. There's a lot of white bass too. So it's usually when I'm fishing for skipjack herring, I'll wind up hooking a 7 or 8 pound striper. That's what usually happens. Because there's not many down here. You just get them by accident. Ewa says, nice if I caught 2 rainbow yesterday, about 2 pounds. Oh, that sounds pretty good, my friend. There's a lot of people down there rainbow trout fishing that don't get a bite. Must be doing something right. Yeah, there are some freshwater ears. I haven't caught any in a few years, though. Not now that you mention it. It's been a few years since I've caught an eel down here. Brought that up. When was the last one I caught? It's probably about 30 feet up the shoreline here when the water was like flooding. I didn't really land that one. I got it up to the bank and like, yeah. Because they really got slime on their bodies. That's Ewa says, like me today. see, 17 people in and 42 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, there are a lot of freshwater drum down here. Freshwater drum, we also just call them drum or white perch. They get to be, ooh, the average is about 7 or 8 pounds. A lot of pound and 2 pound ones. I think I got one about 25, 30 pounds last year. One really big one. That was when the water was flooding again when I was fishing for blue cats. I see Bob, what's going on? Bob says, Mike, hello everyone. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, black drum. These are freshwater, so they're the bright silver ones with the rocks in their heads. They tend to swallow the hook, and they'll run me through night crawlers during the summertime. I'll catch like 30 and 40 of them up. Like every single cast, I'll be like, bam, drum, bam, drum, bam, drum, bam, drum. Jeez Louise, leave my rods alone for a minute. Let's see. Cindy says, I wish I lived there. Oh, you said you wish you liked fish. You don't have to like to eat fish to fish. It's just the enjoyment of being out here a lot of times. Get out here on the water, relax away from the crowds, hustle and bustle of the city. Beautiful sandbar. That's why I like this river when she's low. Got a nice little comfortable sandbar I can set my butt down on. Let's see, Winston says, oh, okay. Let's see, Andy. What's going on? Andy says, hiya, Dorothy. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. See, Bob says, TV, everyone. Who said hello to me? Oh, thank you. Who said hello to me? Oh, that's me back here. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. That's me. I'll come out here for a second. I have to refresh these rods anyways. Hi, Bob. These little stickers have been sitting here with the bait, so every time I'm reeling in, ready to reel in, I've got, and look at that worm's hat pretty much clean again. We got like 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, so these little these buffalo carp down here, really hard to see them bite. Like the 3 I caught, I walked over here just when I was ready to refresh the rods, they hit. And one of them, the one on this rod, that little stinker, he still didn't pull the rod. I had to pick up the rod, and I started reeling in, and he was on there. Okay, yeah. It happened. My head is going away again. No litter. Here, no litter bug, no litter bug. Not going to litter. Not going to litter. Snagged up, crap. That feels like someone's lying too, so probably gonna have to break this off and retie. Yeah, that's not coming off. Oh, actually, it felt like it kind of did. Well, we got the weight back, but we broke the tag end off, so I'm gonna have to get another hook. Be right back, folks. My box. I'd like to set the stuff up over there because the wind doesn't blow all the friggin' sand into all my equipment all day long. And I'm picking out a friggin' beach out of my fishing equipment. Yeah, we broke the hook off, but not the main line. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to retie it anyways because we need a tag in. But at least we got our weight back. Let's see, about a foot a leader. That's good. Now, assuming I don't drop it. That's a weight, duh. I got really bad eyes, folks, so it takes me a minute to do this. I'm gonna watch those other rods too long at it. I started tying that on, it came off on me. Well, how I can miss a hole that dang big. That one's drifting in way too close to the bank. I was watching it. That needs to be refreshed. I was right in the middle of refreshing them too. Hang on, folks. I'll be back with you in just a minute. Tougher than it looks. Lot tougher. Alright, get a hook now. Find one here. Come on, hookies. I really got to get organized one of these days. Jighead. Crappie hooks. There's that rooster tail I've been looking for friggin' week. Right there. Little itty bitty hook there. Small. It also reminds me I need to order some more river hooks. Don't make me put my little trout hooks on, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to land these guys on it. I got plenty of my little trout hooks left. Trouble with. I'm forgetting my cut bait stuff. I gotta go through this box later on tonight and get the stuff organized. You don't really think about it till you're out here. What you need to do. They're all like tiny hooks. Found one. I knew I had. There they all are, sitting right there. Now I find them. Sheesh. 20 minutes. I remember I had them little stickers. This wasn't a planned trip, folks. I just woke up this morning and just kind of got the idea. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find some worms. If I can find some worms, I'm going to go to the river. I don't know if I'm going to catch anything, but usually if I can get some worms, I can get something on the river. And here we are. That's why the name of this live feed is River. I don't know. Terrible time. That was horrible. Hopefully that'll hold, but I don't know. I don't want to retie it again. Let's see. Feels pretty good. Finally got her rigged back up. Sorry about the inconvenience, folks. I'm down here on the Mississippi River. You're going to get snagged every once in a while. It's going to happen, I'm afraid. Cast out there with like 8 or 10 times already and got snagged once. So not really that bad. I kind of get quiet when I'm trying to rig up stuff because I gotta focus up on what I'm doing. Talking and rigging your lines up doesn't mix, right? Especially when you got only one really functioning eye, and even that one sucks. My other eye, I'm like almost blind, and all I can see is like light. Alright, that looks about the same as our previous. Hey Dave! Caught three big buffalo so far. Yeah, well, they're about 3-4 pounds. I have one big one too, about 8. I didn't think I'd be getting any. Just garden worms. I didn't think they'd be out here. That might have been right, but all right, thanks, Dave. What, I might put some bait in the water here too. Put some corn in the water, maybe that'll get them to hit. Well. bit more bait in the water. We haven't jumped today, so. Sorry about that, folks. We got snagged while we were refreshing the rods. I had to retie. It takes a minute. I do apologize for that. But it is what it is, right, folks? If you're fishing down on the river around rocks, you're eventually going to get snagged. 14 people in, 53 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, I liked my jerky. I'm trying to find where I was in chat here. Let's see, Fat Cat, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Hope you're having a great Monday, my friend. Hope your weekend went well. Let's see, Bob says Fat Cat is in the house. Let's see, Fat Cat says hello, MBP. How you doing, my friend? We've caught 3 buffalo carp so far today. 1 4, 1 3 pounds, and 1 8. Let's see, Tic Tactus, what's going on? Tic Tactus says hi. Tic Tactus says yo. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Bob says he used to live in Las Vegas. Wow. Let's see, Skipjack Cindy, what's going on? Hi, Cindy. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Swicky Outdoors. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Cindy says hi. Hey, Mike. Not as many fish today, Cindy, but definitely some bigger ones. And this wind's kind of, it's making it tricky to see these little peck bites. So every time I wind up getting ones when I walk over there just to check the rods. Oh, I think I'm caught up with chat in that direction. This is, I'm, Pamajump. Bob says, my cousin moved to, from, decades ago. I haven't heard from him in years. See, Fat Cat says, hello, MVP. Miss Giggy says, Fat Cat. See, Fat Cat says, Miss Giggy. Cindy says, I live out by 160, just below Mount Charleston. See, Wild, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Wild says, hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. Let's see, Sergey says Wild. Bob says Mike can talk. Yeah, I can talk. Bob says, I'm 68 and I want to get out of Illinois dictatorship. I will never stop fishing. You and me both, my friend. I'll be down here on a daggone wheelchair. I'll be 95 years old going, fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh, there goes my hip. Let's see, Bob says, yes, Miss Giggy. Let's see, Locked Up Drag, what's going on? Locked Up Drag says, hi, Mike. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Danny says he's back home. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, yep, season is the best. Danny says, hi, Locked Up. Bob says Skipjack is working today. Let's see. Danny says, hi, Bob. Chris says, I agree, Miss Giggy. The same as the first time without your... you're jacked outside. Let's see. Bob says, remember... MBP, hello. Hey, Bob. Hi. Another couple times. Let's see. Miss Giggy says, hi, Bob. Let's see, 14 people in, 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, the wind's kind of settling now, so I can see these bites a little bit better from over here. It's not blowing quite as bad. Oh, there it goes again. I had to open my big fat mouth. Duh. Look, the wind blowing. I gotta open my mouth. There goes another big barge up the river. Miss Gigi says spring is absolutely special. Yeah, I'm hoping it's here sooner than later, Miss Gigi. I'm hoping summer comes. I want it hot. I want it hot, hot, hot. As in super. As I'm sweating down here, and I'm taking my clothes off to keep cool, and I want it warm. Kenny says it is. Let's see, Bob says Miss Gigi right. People in, 58 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We did have some bright sun out here right now, folks. I saw that. Yeah, that rod just went ding, ding. I'm nowhere near it. Another massive barge coming up the river, folks. Another pretty good bite. If this wind wasn't blowing away, I'd have a lot more of them too. Ouch. Perpetrator got me. Ouch. If I had grabbed onto a talon, that really would have hurt. I'll get close to that. It must be over to the right. I need to move that a bit over to the left. So I don't snag again. a little far down there, but we're gonna give her a shot. Guys, I need coffee anyways. Always good to have a lighter when you go down to the river, no matter what. You never know when you're gonna need it. Lighter is quite a bit better than a book of matches, but if you keep book of matches in, say, like a Reynolds wrap, not Reynolds wrap, one of those, you know, the little plastic baggies you can seal up. You're very welcome, Bob. Danny usually lets that, does that. And you've been in chat for a while, Bob, so you burned it. Let's see, Bob says LOL. See, Chris says, what happened, Miss Giggy? Miss Giggy says, don't ask me. See, Bob says, I like the St. Louis area. The majority of it's great. It's like most large major metropolitan cities. You got your good spots and your bad spots. Just stay out of the bad spots, right? Let's see, theater, what's going on? Let's see, any luck? Oh gee. Let's see, we've caught 3 buffalo carp today, 1 3 pounds, 1 4 pounds, and 1 8 pounds, and we're still getting some bites. The wind's making it a little bit tricky, and we've got some decent waves coming in from the barges, making it a little bit tricky to see them. See 10 people in and 58 thumbs up. Miss Giggy says, better not, Chris. Let's see, Bob says, I stayed in St. Louis for 3 weeks. It's about 45, 50 degrees. I don't really need a fire. Now, it was down in the 30s or something. All right, start one up. You are allowed to build fires down here on the Mississippi River, so that's not a problem. And if I'm ever fishing after dark, I usually do build a fire just to be able to see what I'm doing. You don't need much of a fire to be able to see down here, because there's spotlights across the river that help the barges not run into stuff. It lights up this river relatively okay. Bob says, I am 6'2" and 215 pounds. Good shape, no trouble. I'm a buck and a quarter, so I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm like 5'10", 5'11". Just depends upon what time of the day you get. When you get older, your back starts, you know, kind of crunching down. Bob says, I like everyone. Miss Gee says, Bob, laughing your butt off. I see, Bob says, I'm 68. I'm 58, so I'm getting there. Let's see, Jenny says, I promote and punish. Bob says, Danny laughing his butt off. Don't laugh too much. Danny likes his job a little bit too much on occasions. With the kind of trolls and everything, he'll time out unless it's really bad, and if you just keep on spamming and spamming, and yeah, he'll time you out for quite a while. Then he likes to play with his prey. Let's see, 68's the new 48. I always tell people I'm 58 years young. I ain't 58 years old. I'm only a little bit halfway through the journey. I plan to make it into my hundreds. A 58-year-old man can still book, what, 30 to 50 pounds worth of fishing gear up and down a treacherous rocky shoreline, a couple of miles. He's doing pretty good, I think. I don't know, it's probably better than 50. I think I'm doing pretty good. Getting any kind of bite at all. That's weird because that jig head is usually the one that gets the bite. The only one, this is the only one that's not getting any bites, and it's usually the one that gets bites. I don't get it. This is just so easy for this is like bouncing down a current, right? It's so easy for a little drum or a little channel. It's just cast out there in like 10 feet of water. And it just slowly drifts down to about, makes it like 3 or 4 feet of water, and then I'll be cast. By the time this one gets in here, that tells me that it's time for repressing on the rod. That was our first helicopter behind us. It's over there. Yeah, that's a police chopper. Yeah, there's a, what do you call it, a private, what do you call it, plane? No, yeah. Private place for those, helicopters and other things like that to refuel over in Illinois. Here. I can't remember. Pop it in my head. Alright, let's get back to the chat, folks. Distracted. Jenny says, I have the power, haha. Greg says, Chris, Danny. Danny. Power comes great responsibility. I can still check them. Let's see, Danny laughing his butt off. Let's see, Bob says, I bet. It's okay. Danny. I'll change my email address on you again. Let's see, Danny says, Miss Giggy, you stay managing mod. Let's see, Danny says, I do like it, Mike. Let's see, Bob says, bye, Mike. Chris says, good luck, bro. I'll see, good luck, Bob. And I appreciate you coming in. Have a great day, my friend. People, Chris, never see them again. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, hi, I begin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have several. If they come in, they get hidden directly. See, Bob says, thank you, Chris. see, Cindy says, good fishing, Bob. It says, it will be, hi and goodbye. Let's see, Danny says, hi, Cindy. Let's see, Bob says, thank you, Cindy. I will let you know. 16 people in, 61 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Try to keep those rods in the right angles, but it can be a little tricky, especially with the wind blowing. You know, drink a coffee. Ah, better. Commentating is not as easy as you think. Drains your batteries. Cindy says, awesome. Hi, everyone. Chris says, I can't comment, or Miss Giggy will see me and find me. Let's see, Danny with the googly eyes and saying, shh, 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 shh. Let's see, John C, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Hi, John C. John C says, hey, Mike. Miss Giggy says, John C. Danny says, hi, John C. We've caught 3 buffalo carp today so far, John. We've, 1 3 pounds, 1 4 pounds, and 1 8 pounds. That's not bad considering how cold this water temperature is, and that bar right out top. Go ahead and see. Oh, you stinker. Get the hook right behind him. The wind's blowing so much I have to keep a foot on the lid for my worm. Yeah, these are just little garden white worms. They work, folks. Just think when I start getting some real actual light crawls. I think this year is going to be dynamite, especially with how low this water is right now. Usually this time of the year, the water's like up into the trees. A little bit to the left. Get that start. All right. Almost identical to the last one. Maybe a little closer, but not much. Same distance in the middle. A little bit further over to the left and right. Yeah. Bite on today. I can't get nothing to hit this jig today. Just really slow on the jig head today. Got 2 on the quarter ounce and 1 on that 8 pound. They are not touching the jig yet. Usually get more bites on that one than on the other ones. I think they're just holding up just a little bit deeper than where that jig head can hold. Where am I? Chat here. He says, PA Outdoors, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. PA says, cheers all. Hope you're having a great Monday, my friend. Chris says, dang. Yeah, you'll get the, well, actually, it's kind of weird because this email is hooked up to my backup account, and you don't have access to my backup account. Okay? So technically, you'd have to go in and change my my password on my backup account, which would be kind of tricky. Yeah, you'd get a notification, but you'd be too late. You're like, is that you? No, it was too late. Let's see, Denny says, hi, PA. Let's see, John says, Bob. Let's see, Miss Gigi says, PA. Pierre Coops, what's going on? Pierre Coops is in the house. Pierre Coops with the googly eyes. Let's see, Chris says, Pierre. Miss Gigi says, Pierre. Danny says, Pierre. Chris says, don't tempt them, Mike. It would never happen, but guys, I'm just joking around. Let's see, Pierre says hello. Oh, that's another bite on the fore rod. I see him checking on it. Pop, pop. There he goes. Come on, just give me a couple. Got him. What we got this time, folks? Hey, that's our second species. I knew there'd be a few people, these little guys in here. Ah! Channel catfish. Meow meow. I knew there'd be a few of these channels in here. That's a nice little pound channel. That's twice the size of the ones you get in O'Fallon Park. Ah, open your mouth, you little sticker. Ah. Jeez, dude. Alright, got the hook out. Open up. Open up. Yeah, that's a nice channel catfish, folks. Oh, really healthy one. We're down here on the Mississippi. Nice solid pound channel catfish. Gorgeous. And man, is he cold. You think them buffalo carp are cold? Them buffalo are actually holding in shallower water. This little stinker was out there deep. Yeah, he's talking to us. Gorgeous fishy, folks. Look at them whiskers. Meow, 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 meow. Gotta love it, folks. All right, buddy. See you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Not as many fish as you get down to O'Fallon Park, but as I've said before, the size is so much different. Like that channel catfish is like probably twice the size of most of the trout I was catching. And that one buffalo carp was probably 8 times the size. And that's a little buffalo carp. They get like 20, 30 pounds down here. Them are just the spring early bloomers. Like, I'm waking up here. Oh, what is that? Another bite on this one. How did I miss that fish? He was pecking on it good, too. You guys probably can't even see these bites from over there. That was a bite on that one now. What the heck? That was the first bite on that one. He pulled once. That's 4-pound test. Ooh, I'm in trouble if I get a big one on that one. Yeah, that was a solid pull on that one. That went pull once. Go away on me. Hey! Houdini! That worm was trying to get away. Out. And here comes the barge back up the river. Remember when I was saying went down the river? Yeah, it looks like he loaded up on corn and grain. Corn, grain, soybeans, something they get put down there at the granary. Not bad. Hopefully look okay. Yeah, that's the first bite we had on the jig head. Shows they might be moving in here shallower. Had bites on all 3 rods there for a second. Let's see, John says Sapira. John says Pier. Let's see, User, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. User says hi. Miss Kitty says hello. Here says John. Let's see, Sergey says John C. Cindy says very nice cat. Yeah, that was a nice little catfish. Not a kitten, but it's just about a full-grown catfish. Yep. No, thank you. Yep. Nope. I don't want whisker burn. I see. Sergey says congratulations, Mike. Let's see, John says it's scattered where channel catfish survive in cold states. And in Canada, will be second winter in a row where they die off. That's sorry to hear that, my friend. Let's see, Jenny says, we call that a baby catfish, Mike. Yeah, when you're considering Wells catfish. Yeah, them things are as big as you and me. Let's see, Pierce says, do it yourself, Danny. Let's see, Pierre with that emojis. Let's see, Pierre laughing his butt off. Let's see, John says, Mike can go to Europe for some Wells. Hey, anyone wants to give me plane fare back and forth? I'll go tomorrow, heck. Let's see, Jenny with the #1 trophies. Jenny says, here a special one for you, Mike. Catch a bigger one. I caught an 8-pound buffalo carp today, 1 3-pound buffalo carp, 1 4-pound buffalo carp, and another rod again. That's big. Got my other line. What do we got? That's spinning. Bouncing that top. It feels like a common. What do we got, folks? It's just a big buffalo. Alright, that's over 10. Yeah, that's definitely over 10. Got my other line. Crap. He ain't ready to give up yet. I'm just letting him fire his butt out. Wow. Yeah, that's over 10, folks. Yep, that's over 10. That's probably close to 15. Yeah, that's probably close to 15, folks. That's a big one. He got some sand on his nose there. You're looking at me funny. Don't look at me like that. I hate it when things look at me like that. That's a big buffalo carp there, folks. That's probably about 15. She's definitely over 10. You gotta love this, folks. Down here in February and catching big old, yeah, that is a river monster there, folks. I don't care who you are. Anything over 10 pounds, the river monster. Yeah, he's got some sand on his nose there. He's looking at me like, get that sand off my nose. I know what you're going to do if I try. You're going to smack me in the face. It ain't going to happen. Oh, good boy. Yeah, he's still got his winter fat. Man, that's a big one there, folks. Yeah, that barge stopped close to me. He wanted to see it. All right, buddy. Put you back in the water. Yep. Now he wants to go. He saw that water. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I gotta wash my hands off in the ice cold water. That's cold. Bite on that one. I saw that one getting hit. I know you guys are shouting that other rod's getting a bite. I saw it. And that came out pretty good. And I got over my line, it's already off. So I did a pretty good job of getting that line. Getting too tangled. Hang on, folks. Let me get these rods back out. I'll come check that chat, okay? I know I've been trying to get a mic feed that works on this cell phone. I can't seem to find one. Because all their new mic feeds are designed for iPhone. And if you want to get one of the ones that are designed for iPhones for your Android, you gotta switch something in settings to get it to work right. I can't figure it out. I got 2 mic feeds at home that work fine, except they don't work on Android phones. Now, I did find one that's about $50 friggin' dollars. Cheapest one I can find that works only for Android phones. Their new line of them they got out are all made for iPhone. I know half the people in chat like, I don't see that bite. I don't see it. How's he running into that rod? I can't see no bite. They're very subtle. It's hard to see them. I think that'll do. Nice little gobby go. That line went to the left, huh? It went to the right instead of the left. I like it there, it's just going to get in the way of my other rod. Dang it. If I'm going to do that, I got to get this rod out there first. Stick Michael. Yep, that car is pushing that way now. It's been going that way. Grounds. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm old. I need the stimulant. Remember in Japan, there are plenty of people in their hundreds that pretty much all they consume is tea and coffee. See 10 people in, 66 thumbs up. No, 11. See, sorry, it took me a minute there. Yep, that was a big boy, John. Ed, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It says Chris, hello. Now let's see, Sitvana. Let's see, bravo, bravo, bravo. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. I hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see, Cindy says, wow. It says, woohoo, Mike. Yeah, that one had some pull to him, too. I thought he was a common carp there, the way he was fighting. Let's see, where am I? See, Cindy says that's huge. Yeah, that's exactly what a lot of men want to hear. Sorry. Oh, there's a seagull flying by. It landed out on that point. See him over there? Yep, he landed out on that point. Big old seagull. Men love to hear, that's huge. Let's see, Savannah says, thank you. Cindy says, yes, Miss Giggy. Savannah says, thank you. It says, Cindy is Savannah. Savannah says, okay, Edward. Cindy says, hi, Edward. Chris says, hey, Edward. Chris says, and yes, Miss Giggy. Sometimes, size does matter. Let's see, Cindy says, how are you doing today, Edward? Let's see, Edward says, I'm good, relaxing. We ice fished all weekend. Thanks, how are you, Cindy? Let's see, Cindy said, did you say you are old? I'm 58, so that's 58 years young. Yep, it's a river gull, John C. Let's see, Cindy says, oops, haha. Let's see, Miss Giggy laughing her butt off. Danny's laughing his butt off. PG-13. All right, it's a simulation. I didn't say nothing dirty. You thinking it. I didn't say nothing dirty. You the dirty old man thinking it. I ain't saying nothing dirty. Talking like that. I say nothing dirty. Say nothing. It's Danny. He's thinking it. Oh, God. Did I say it out loud? I don't remember. I'm old. Give me a break. Miss Gee says, we are trying, Danny. Let's see. I can't delete that. Let's see. Edward says, just in my head. Yeah, I don't think it's going to delete out of. Oh, boy. Let's see. 10 people in, 67 thumbs up. Oh, boy, guys. I'd start with that, didn't I? Oh. Let's see. Danny says, Mike, do I need to stop the live stream? No, you're fine. Please don't. Let's see. Cindy says, 58. When you hit my age, then you're old. I said I plan on making it into my hundreds. Let's see, Danny laughing his butt off. Ed's laughing his butt off. Don't laugh your butts off. That's not funny. I'm gonna make it. Probably not, but you keep your fingers. Never know. It could happen. Let's see, Lindblom, what's going on? Aren't you already in your hundreds? 58, buddy. Miss Diggy says a night, but I do sometimes feel that way. On occasion, in a blue moon. Let's see, Danny says, I'm saying a prayer for you, Mike. Let's see, Danny says, I don't want you to. Let's see, Miss Giggy said, Danny says, laughing his butt off. John C says, Colby. Let's see, Colby says, John C. Danny says, hi, Colby. Miss Giggy says, hi, Colby. Cindy says, me too. I got 4 kids that I have to punish. Oh, there's a bar rod. Oh, you little stinker. Ooh. That rod was still bouncing when I got over there. Did you just see what he did? He got right to the end of that worm, and when I pulled on it, I just pulled it right out of his mouth. They're stacked in here today, folks. I think I've caught like 18 of those buffalo carp in one day down here, so I don't think I'm going to break my record, but still, it's a start. Of course, I think I fished like 10 hours that day. That was before I started doing live feeds. I was just sitting down here on the river catching buffalo carp. Hey, train folks, earbuds out. Earbuds out. All of a sudden, I can tell what's happening right now, folks. I can tell what's happening. The temperature's starting to drop and the wind died down. A lot of these bites I was missing, I couldn't see. I'm starting to be able to see them now. He says, hi, Colby. See, Limba says, Danny Muskegee. John says, Colby, NJ Fishing Maniac. Mark finally got a walleye. They're not native here, like by you. They're native in Missouri, but you don't see them much down here this far south on the Mississippi. You see some sauger, but not a lot of walleye. It's just a little bit too dirty of a river. Now you see a few. I think I caught like Farad. How did I miss that thing? Man. Peck. Yeah, we've caught 4 buffalo carp and a channel catfish on the feed today. Colby. That was hitting it. Yeah, they're moving in here shallower. That wind is starting to die down and they're coming in shallow. I wasn't getting anything on that that crappie jig right by the bank. They're starting to hit it too. I was still further out than that. Not much. Yeah, it's like that. Tiny bit further out. That's it's not gonna let it hit it. I got one hungry down here. He's got a mouthful of worms twice now. That's something about these guys. When you start feeding them, they don't want to leave. By feeding them, I mean missing bites. Let's see. Danny says, did the fish went flying, John C? No, he took that home to eat. Let's see. John says, Danny just gave up at the hole and said, yeah, okay, take me. Let's see. Ed says, right. Let's see. Danny says, LOL. Let's see. Miss Kiggy's John C's laughing her butt off. If you guys didn't hear me, we've caught 4 buffalo carp and a channel catfish on feed today. And we've been steadily missing bites. The wind's been blowing hard all day, and it's finally starting to let up. Yeah, the temperature dropped quite a bit, too. It was in like the mid-50s. Now it's probably down in the to the upper 40s. It's dropped 8 or 10 degrees. It's Ed says, awesome catches, Mike. I appreciate that, Ed. I'm surprised they're hitting like this down here right now. Yeah, that current just started ripping to the left. It was going to the right, now it's switched back over to the... It was going that way, now it's going back that way. Which means I'm going to have to recast all my rods. They just pull all my baits in shallow. God, I could use heavier weights out here and hold in these spots, except they wouldn't hit the dang things. I can hear that barge coming. I can't see it, but I can hear it. Yep, here she comes. Hang on to your hats, folks. This one's gonna come in close. Yep, here she comes, folks. I couldn't see it, but I could hear that sucker. She's doing about... That barge is about less than 30 yards away from us. I could hit that with a pop fly easy. That's a big one, folks. Let's see, in the low 40s here and extremely windy. See, 13 people still in and 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Jackson, what's going on? Jackson says Cindy L. Cindy L says, hey, fingers. See, John says, a woman in Netherlands caught a 41-pound tiger muskie through the ice. Let's see, Danny says, hi, Jackson boy. Appreciate you guys coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jackson says, hey, Danny. Miss Diggy says, I need to be warned up to minus 12 here now. Please send a bit of the warmth to me. I'm not sure if I can afford the shipping and handling for that, Miss Diggy. Let's see, Cindy says, wow, John. Did they get it through the hole in the ice? And here comes the waves. Surf's up. John says, Cindy, am 8 inches, 8-inch diameter hole. Wow. Bragging, that's a big brag there. Let's see. Jackson says 75 here, Miss Giggy. It's about 45 here. It was in the 50s. 8-inch diameter hole. Huh. Jeez, that's hard to picture. I'll take your word for it. Because yeah, I'm assumption it's not actually. Never mind. Just ignore the chat, folks. Just ignore me. I'm a little giddy. I'm so surprised. I'm catching fish down on the Mississippi in February. Is the world flat anymore? Is gravity reversed itself today or something? I don't know. Now, I'm wondering what the river's going to do when the gravity reverses itself. Are we just going to, like, the water is going to start, you know, just come off the river for a little bit or something? I don't know. Fish will be flying across the sky there for a few minutes. Let's see, Cindy says, will do, John. Let's see, Cindy says, gotcha. Let's see, Miss Giddy's laughing his butt off. And see, Jackson says, flow upstream. Yeah, but it can't flow when the gravity, when we lose gravity, wouldn't it, you know, come off, like come up? Because if it's going upstream, that means it's going back to the left. I don't know. I'm not a physicist. Let's see, Danny says, Cindy, how long? I know, I'm going to have to refresh those rods after that. John, there's a theory that a black hole is going to be doing something very soon, and it's going to be reversing gravity for like 3.8 seconds or something. I don't know. We're going to lose gravity for like 3.5 seconds or something. I don't know. Let's see, Cindy says, I've been on it for 4 years. All right, thank you, Danny. That way you can sub up to everyone and they can sub back to you, and check out some of the great and interesting content on the channel. All you have to do is click any kind of link, any kind of message, and it'll say go to channel. Just press that go to channel, and you go straight to their channel. You can sub up, go right to a short feed, leave a comment real quick. Doesn't have to be much, a smiley face. That way that comment will stick. Come right back. Let's see, Chris says back again. Chris says Danny Call is running. Miss Gee says Jackson, laughing your butt off. Let's see, 12 people are still in and 73 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to refresh this rod. Those rods after that barge went by, I know it. Yeah, you can just look at me and know I caught some fish today. No, and honestly, they look okay. I think that bait would have messed them up, but it didn't. I think it might have just knocked the fish off where they were. A lot of that worm's gone. I don't know where that worm went, but a lot of it's gone. Yeah, the little trick about these little worms is the last worm you put on, string it up the hook rather than hook through the hook. That way that'll push that bait all the way up to the tip of that, to the base of that hook, makes it look twice as big. Pretty good. Uh-oh. Crap. See that rod when it was like that? That was a fish on there. He was just sitting there with it again. Man, I hate it when they do that. They've been doing that quite a bit today. They'll just pick it up and start, just sit there with it pretty much. They won't move the bait, they won't move the line, they'll just sit there. It's a lot trickier than you think to keep these rods like parallel to each other. I think YouTube likes that. Like, got him. Yikes. Yikes. Let's hit that one in the head. So the rod out of the way. I had to do this in a while. Between the legs technique. Woohoo! What do we got this time, folks? Another nice buffalo carp. Yeah, I'll go about 7 or 8 on this one. Oh yeah, definitely 8. Probably not a 10, but good size fish. Yeah. Why, fishy? Why? Quit it with the back tail. Quit it. I'm all wet. You got me all wet. Here, buddy. All right, hook's out. That's about it. That's about 8. Not quite a 10. Getting there though. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that's about 9 or 10, but I'm gonna go 8 just to be safe. Another gorgeous one, folks. This is our 5th buffalo carp this feed. I don't have my hand underneath that fin right. That's why he's being mad, because hadn't quite held right. Yep, this one's already wanting to go home. We ain't going home yet. Wait. Yeah, it's our 5th one of the day, folks. So this is we call one about 3, one about 4. Let's see, this is our 2nd about 8, and we got one about 15. Plus we got a channel catfish. Amazed these guys are hitting in this ice cold water. Yeah, I know this one's got a mud facial going on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Gorgeous fish, folks. Yeah, she is trying so hard to smack me in the face. What did I do to deserve that? Oh yeah, I gave you a lip piercing. All right. Let's get you back in the water. Buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. What is? Why do I bother even washing my clothes? This stuff was clean earlier. Jeez. I look like a drowned rat. Sand in my beard. Everything, man. Jeez. And my hands are starting to get cold now. Ah. Yeah, them brutes can wear you out because they fight. Let's get a bite. See him pecking on it. We're getting low on worms. I only dug 70 of these guys, folks. And I did not think I was going to get this many bites. I'm glad I dug 70. I was only digging like 30. 30 of them I'd been out in 10 minutes. Picking out the last small ones in here. Honestly, it seems like the small ones working better than the larger ones. All right, current moving that way. I need to cast this one out for me. Do I look like a poor sandy drowned rat? That was horrible. I didn't get that deer where I wanted. That's where I wanted it. Why didn't you do that a minute ago? You gotta remember, folks, I'm using rods and reels that I've had for years and years, and very cheap rods and reels. Like this one's the rod is a Frankenstein combo. This is like 5 rods in one to make one good rod. And this reel's a good reel. It was given to me by Jason the Mason. And the same thing with this one. The reel's a good one, but the rod is a replacement. And that's an Ozark Trail. That's one like $10. So for the equipment I've got, amazed I catch so many fish with this stuff. I've been doing it for years and I'm still amazed. I'm glad I didn't go over and chat with you that time, because that That fish was trying to go to Mexico with that rod on that last time. There was no peck on that one. I hit that one in the head and he didn't like it. I'll get back to you in just a second, folks. I gotta make sure all these rods are stabilized properly. One's going slack on me. Better. All right, let's get back to the chat, folks. Shower for a week, get the sand out of my areas I forgot I had like 35 years ago. Oh yeah, I had that 35 years ago. And he says LOL Pier. Let's see, Pier says Edward. Let's see, Jackson says Coops. Let's see, Chris says Jackson. Chris says bye-bye, Ed. Let's see, Jackson says see ya, Ed. Let's see, Cindy says see ya, Ed. Miss Giggy says take care, Ed. See, Cindy says, yep, you're very welcome. And thank you for handling that stuff, Danny. Let's see, Care Bear says nice. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Cindy says, that's a humdinger. Yeah, that was a nice one. Let's see, Danny says be back. Let's see, so I subbed you in my main mic and his account, Cindy. All right, thank you, Danny. Let's see, Cindy says okay. Let's see, Estienne, what's going on? Estienne Basan. Estienne says hi. Cindy says, never been asked to do this. Let's see, Denny says do what? Cindy says, moderator. Oh, you don't have to moderate in the chat. Like, you don't have to watch the chat. Just come in. If you want to check out someone's stuff, you can. It's kind of a courtesy that if you've been in chat for a little while, we like to hang out those wrenches. Now, I'm not quite as open with it as Bob and Cindy, but I try to be. If I'm able, Mike, you can know that I there always. Let's see, Cindy says, definitely sub, Miss Giggy. She was a very nice channel. Let's see, Stefan, what's going on? Stefan says hi. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he says, if you sub, make sure to leave a comment so that sub will stick. Yeah, just pop right over to the latest short feed, leave a comment. It could be a smiley face. Just something. And that comment will stick for 6 to 8 months. Now, if you don't do that, it could drop within 24 hours. Let's see. Then he says, hi, Stefan. Seriously, YouTube has got that where if you leave if you subscribe to someone and you just move on without leaving a comment, and you have a lot of subscribers already, they'll drop that subscription. It's frustrating to us YouTube creators because a lot of people don't have a lot of time. They just drop by and leave a sub, and then they want to come back to your channel later and, oh, where'd that channel go? I can't remember the name of it. Ooh, oh, well. If you want to pop that bell too, you can. That helps sometimes to give out notifications that certain people are live. It's a 50-50 shot. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now, if you don't have the notification push, chances are you're not going to get a notification for that channel. YouTube's like wonky on that sometimes. I don't get it either. See, 2 hours and 41 minutes. 6 buffalo carp and a blue and a nice channel catfish. That's not bad. Heck, if I was selling those fish, that'd be like $10 a piece for each one of those. That'd be $60 worth of buffalo carp. But I don't like doing it. I mean, I would rather starve. I'd rather. The only thing I would not let them starve is my cats. Let's see. Stefan says hello, Miss Giggy. Stefan says hi, Danny. See, Cindy says okay, but right now I have disappointments, so I do have to go. All right, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you coming in. I hope you enjoy the show, my friend. See, Danny says later, Cindy. Nice calming moment. We were getting hits over there so fast I couldn't keep up with them. As soon as that wind died down, I started seeing those bites for the first time. A lot of them I couldn't see. Hope there's a bite far right again. Them are just those little stinkers pecking on it there. Sometimes you hook them, sometimes you don't. Actually, a lot of times you don't. Oh, I forgot. I do have a little bit of corn left, so I can always use a little bit of corn down here. If they're hitting worm, chances are they'll hit corn, but not as good. It's a weird thing. If you don't throw corn in down here to bait up the spot, they won't hit at all. Yet, at the same time, if you use corn for bait, they ain't gonna hit it very much. They do hit it on occasion, just not much. Not as much as you think. I mean, I got about 10 left in there. 11. I want them to go peck. I think I might have a little blue cat or something over here. A drum. So far, Stefan, we've caught six buffalo carp and a channel catfish on the feed. That looks pretty stable. As soon as I sit down, they start hitting. I think they're hitting like the dang trout on a lake. Heck. Let's see, Cindy says, take care, Cindy. Let's see, Miss Giggy says, take care, Cindy. Let's see, Cindy says, thank you, later. Alright, let's see. 8 people in, 79 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are having a great Monday, and hope you guys are enjoying the show. Let's see, what time is it? About 3 o'clock. Oh, bite for a rod. Snickers. I even let that one pull it. This could be a smaller buffalo carp. Actually, I even have trouble when I'm hooking them under about a pound. Because a buffalo carp about a pound has got a mouth the size of friggin' the inside of the pin, not the actual pin. They got mouths like that big. I'd have to use like a number 10 hook to hook them. I kid you not, now those bite already. That didn't even get to stabilize, man. He was hitting it. Trying to push me off the spot. Right off the spot. See, so it's holding close. And buffalo carp do scent, feed by scent pretty good. See, Stefan says Chris. Chris says, Danny, you still in? I think he's in. But it's getting late for Danny. I like to get this last one that's been messing with it down there. Because I got a good pull on him the last time and I felt him. He feels pretty good. Let's see how the battery charge is doing. The battery extender's dead, but we're at 89%. I just like to keep my batteries charged on my cell phones while I'm out here. Kind of makes sense when you're down on the river. You don't want a cell phone that you can't call for an emergency or something, just in case something happens. And he says, yes, Chris says, Stefan Wrench. Let's see. Let me check. Let's see, Muskegee says 10 p.m. and you'll still hear Chris. Let's see. And he says Wrench, Steven. Or Stefan. Yeah, it's Stefan. I'm so used to reading Steven. I've got two friends. One's named Steve and one's named Steven. Hey, the sun came back out for a minute. Just goes to show how late it is. The sun's already off of us down here. I didn't get started until like after 12, so like 12:15 or something. It took me an hour and a half to dig bait. I finally had to coerce myself to go, oh yeah, I guess I'll go fishing. I mean, it's hard pressed to never to dig actual garden variety worms and not get a fish down here. At least some. Now, mind you, in the dead of winter with chunks of ice floating by, I might get a few worms. Oh yeah, I caught a couple of baits in the cat, but usually if you got worms, you can get some kind of bites down here. Not store-bought, garden variety. It's a big difference. This is a natural bait. This is like same worms as exist 100 yards up the bank. Bite, bar rod. Saw a peck on it. And that line is totally flat. Try to let this guy slurp it down. I think he's been grabbing on the end of the worm. He's sucking on them worms. Like, suck them up like ramen noodles. Going back that way again. Must be a barge or something coming up the river. Fight again. There goes the current going back the other direction again. He is. He's going back that direction again. I don't know what is up with that fish. It keeps pecking and pecking and pecking. It won't, like it's barely mouthing that bait. See, 5 people still in and 80 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, we've gone over 3 hours, 2:51. Let's see, Snake, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Snake says, have you caught anything today? Yeah, we've caught 6 buffalo carp, 1 3, 1 4, 2 8, and 1 15 pounds, and a tail catfish about 1.5 pounds. Went through 70 worms down here pretty fast. Let's see, Jenny says, I hope they figure it out, Chris. Let's see, Jenny says, hi, Snake. Jenny says, and the answer is yes. Chris says, me too, Danny. See, Danny says, do they have any idea, Chris, what it can be? Let's bite on the close middle rod that time. Oh, yeah, middle rod. I've done it 3 or 4 times. Got to be over when they do that, just in case they want to double it. Let's see. Chris, fingers crossed, brother. Jenny says, hey, Tommy. Miss Giggy says, Tommy. Hey, Tommy, thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Tommy says, Danny. Tommy says, evening, Mike. Chris says, could be better. Let's see. Mark, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see. Assuming, Michael, I hope everything is well with you and the fishing is on fire. We've had better days, but we've definitely had worse days. This is a pretty good day in February. 6 buffalo carp and 1 channel catfish today. Buffalo carp were between 4 and 15 pounds. We've had a pretty awesome day for just 70 little white worms I dug in the backyard. We just pushed by 3 hours. Pecking on that close rod again, middle rod again. Yeah, these little guys got my number right now. That was just clean up that time. Basically down to our last 2 worms, and then I'm gonna have to use corn for a while. I just want to see if they'll hit corn too. Maybe, maybe not. It's a toss-up with these guys whether or not they want to hit corn. Now, they'll eat corn. They just don't like hitting it on a hook. got some walleye or something getting out right here right now. These little sinkers are tough. Look. Walleye, a little slugger or something. Water clarity, I forgot to mention that. We got about a 3-foot water clarity down here right now. This water's crystal clear. Usually only does that when, like dead of winter, when there's nothing moving around. It's weird because there is stuff moving around. You know, last one the worms are trying to get away. Back in here, you little stinkers. These are tough to get on the hook, folks. These are the last little ones that I've been avoiding the entire day because they were so small that they were. Hopefully, I can manipulate these. I think that will do it. I saw that. Pull that hard. Yep, I should have set that hook because he was pulling on it. Looks like I got someone on. Oh, I got my line. What happens when you're fighting this current, bouncing around back and forth and stuff. Just set the hook, folks. That was my mistake. I just wasn't expecting him to. What happened was he grabbed it, he was running up current with it. I did not expect that. Like a dang trout, he was running in with it. That was far enough to the right, not far enough out. Trying to get one more on this feed. I haven't been down here on the river catching these guys for a while, so. They're hitting now. I want to get as many of them as I can. I've gotten a pretty good amount of them. I'm just trying to get one more for you guys. Always nice to end the day on a fish. They're trying to cooperate. They're just being a little stingy. It's a beautiful evening. You can't beat it. Down here on the Mississippi River. Relax. The wind's kind of died down. It's actually got warmer. The temperature's gone down, but the wind's died down. So it feels quite a bit warmer. Bite up the foot right here. Friggin' leaf. Get off me. come off. All right, this is our last 2 little worms in here. I could fight, it wasn't. It was a dang leaf that got my line. Big old leaf, like that big. Them rods look pretty good. They look pretty good. Last bit of sun of the day. Hang on, folks. Check that chat. See what's going on. See, Mark, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Mark says, Jenny says, hi, Mark. All right, I got you, my friend. 7 people in, 82 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're definitely not going to make it 4 hours today. I'm just trying to get one more on for you guys. We've got several active fish down here. I'm just having a little bit of a nuisance getting a hook into them. It's theoretically possible I might be getting a fish that I've caught today, and he ain't having no more of it. He just wants them worms. He's grabbing onto the end of it without a hook. Those buffalo carp have got great senses of they can taste stuff really good and feel with those mouths. So they mouth that bait and they feel that hook and just back off till they don't feel it anymore. Come on, buddies. Here, fishies. I shouldn't complain. I caught 6 buffalo carp and a channel catfish on this feed already. Went through 70 worms. Heck of a day already. I could just sit down here and go to sleep in the sand and I'd be happy. Let's see, Danny says 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Let's see, Calvin, what's going on? Calvin's let's go. Like people, show MVP some love. Yeah, I haven't been pushed very much in YouTube right now. I don't know why. I mean, not bad numbers, but not great numbers. I Now, all my friends and family come in, so I'm more than happy to. As long as my friends and family and YouTube visit, See, Jenny says, hi, Calvin. All right, these little stickers are being a nuisance. And I did take the wind block off. If that wind's bothering you folks, I'll put it back up. But it's not really blowing all that much. It's like 3 or 4 miles per hour now. And you guys are facing into the wind, so the tripod should be stopping a little bit of it. Let's see, Tommy says, did you catch anything, Mike? Yeah, Tommy, I've caught 6 buffalo carp and a channel catfish so far today. 2 3 to 4 pound buffalo carp, 2 like 8 pound buffalo carp, a 15 pound buffalo carp, and that channel catfish was about 1.5 pounds. That's not bad for February. This water temperature's probably just maybe 5 or 6 degrees above freezing. See, Tommy says, nice. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We were still getting bites. I had one just a minute ago. I picked it up, and what they've been doing a lot today is they've been just picking up the bait and sitting there with it. And the last time I picked it up and I started reeling in and pull. Uh-oh. Dang it, should have set the hook. Probably should have gotten out here a little bit earlier, around 11 or so. That's when these fish were really starting to hit. I got right in the middle of the bite. As soon as that sun gets up and it's like 50 degrees, these river fish are pretty tough. They can tolerate this cold water, so they're still gonna feed. If the food's there, they're gonna eat it. All right, folks. I don't know about you, but I think these guys have kind of calmed down for the evening. I don't think they're going to be hitting it anymore, and if they do, the bites are going to be few and far between. It's going to be like continuously getting further and further from each bite, like 15 minutes that bite, another 20 minutes, another 30 minutes. I'm sure you guys have other things you can be viewing, more probably other people on YouTube catching fishies, and hope you guys enjoyed the show, my friends. Hope you guys had a great Monday. I hope you had an awesome weekend. So relaxing down here, it really is. Takes a load off the heart, you know what I mean? Alright, says, alright guys, I'm just gonna add my old good luck, stay safe, hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love, keep them lines tight. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.